What if I told you that just one quiet decision made once a year could have changed your entire financial future? Not a lottery ticket, not a get-rich-quick scheme, just $1,000 once every year into what? Artificial intelligence. Before it was cool. Before it became the buzzword on every CEO's earnings call. Before the world realized it was the biggest shift since the internet. Today we're going to look back 25 years and ask, what if you invested $1,000 in AI companies every year since 2000? It's the year 2000. The world's obsessed with Y2K. People are worried about their computers crashing, and dial-up internet is the height of technology. Nobody's thinking about AI, but at least not in the way we think about it today. But you were different. You saw beyond the noise. You took $1,000 and quietly invested in NVIDIA, a company known primarily for making graphics cards. Not exactly the next big thing in AI. At the time, no one could have predicted how critical NVIDIA's technology would become to artificial intelligence. But you had a hunch, and that was just the beginning. Over the next few years, you took that same $1,000 and made small investments in companies like IBM, pioneers in AI research, Amazon, Microsoft. They weren't mainstream AI companies yet, but they were quietly setting the stage for what was to come. By 2006, something began to shift. The market wasn't quite ready for AI, but behind the scenes, tech giants like Google, Amazon, and Microsoft were starting to harness the power of machine learning, cloud computing, and big data. Sure, Google was just a search engine, but they were already working on search algorithms that would lay the foundation for AI-driven information processing. You kept your belief steady. Every year, another $1,000 into the companies shaping the future. Some knew the value of machine learning, and others would soon discover it. But it was Amazon, the little online bookstore, that was starting to become a huge player. They weren't just selling products, they were building massive data centers to power AWS*, laying the groundwork for the cloud infrastructure that would soon become the backbone of AI. And then there was NVIDIA*. Their graphics cards were evolving, and slowly the world was starting to realize that GPUs were far more than just tools for gaming. These were the very chips that would power AI's most complex algorithms. Your investment in NVIDIA was starting to grow. 2011 was a game changer. IBM's Watson didn't just win on Jeopardy, it showed the world what AI could do. It was the first major public demonstration that machines could understand, process, and respond to natural language at a human level. Meanwhile, Tesla was busy quietly working on self-driving cars, capturing data, training its neural networks. Meta, formerly Facebook, was starting to build its AI-driven algorithms for its newsfeed, making data collection and analysis an integral part of its strategy. All the while, you kept your cool, continuing to invest that $1,000 every year. By now, it wasn't about picking one company, it was about betting on the tech that was clearly shaping the future. And as NVIDIA continued its rise, Amazon wasn't just a retailer anymore. They were launching Alexa, a product that was an AI assistant in every sense of the word. In 2016, the world saw AI at work. AlphaGo, an AI developed by DeepMind, defeated the world's best player in the game of Go. It was a wake-up call to everyone. AI was no longer just a theoretical idea or something relegated to research papers. It was real and it was powerful. Tesla's autopilot started to gain mainstream attention, and the impact of NVIDIA's technology exploded as more companies began to rely on its GPUs to train deep learning models. By now, you didn't have to be a tech expert to see the power of AI. It was everywhere, from Google and Amazon to Apple, with its integration of AI into its devices. You watched your portfolio grow, quietly confident in your consistent $1,000 investments every year. AI was slowly but surely becoming a part of everyday life, and your trust in it was paying off. In 2022, everything changed. OpenAI's ChatGPT went viral. Suddenly, AI wasn't just about self-driving cars or robots. It was about conversation. AI that could generate human-like text, assist in writing, coding, and even emotional connection. The world was suddenly AI-obsessed, but you were ahead of the curve. And NVIDIA? It exploded. They became the heart of the AI revolution, helping companies from Google to Microsoft, and even governments, with the massive computational power required to train the most advanced models. As you look back now, after 25 years of steady investment, your total commitment of $25,000, just $1,000 each year, has grown to over $700,000. That's not by accident. It's the power of compound growth, patience, and how vision. The quiet decisions made in the early years paid off handsomely. You could have taken shortcuts. You could have tried to time the market, chase the latest trend, or sold when things looked shaky. But instead, you trusted the long game, and in doing so, you learned that true wealth comes not just from money, but from keep believing in something bigger than yourself, bigger than fear or doubt. The power of this story isn't about how much you made, it's about conviction, patience, and innovation. It's about taking the time to invest in the future, even when everyone else is skeptical. The next 25 years will come, whether you're ready or not. The question is, will you invest in the future or let it pass you by? If you want to stay ahead of the curve and learn more about AI investing and building a future-proof portfolio, make sure to subscribe to AI Money Lab. We're not just about investment, we're about belief, about making sure you're always ready for the opportunities that tomorrow brings.